Welcome to our Devos this week at the Log Church. Thank you for being here. And today we are continuing our series called How to Forgive Anyone. And yesterday, I gave the cornerstone foundation of how, as a Christian, what we can do to always keep forgiveness in our mind is we always have to think about first how much we have been forgiven by Jesus. That is the beginning point. That's the starting point. That's like the required reading for us to first be able to forgive. But today, I'm going to give you another pointer of something that you can do in order to forgive anyone, no matter if the offense is small or the offense is large. You have to stop labeling a person by their sin. And this one's a little bit different, okay? But let me kind of give you a for instance. Let's say there's somebody in your family right now. And, you know, this is a made-up story, so I don't know if this is your story or whatever. But you have somebody in your family that you love and that you care about, but you know that they stole from you. Maybe they stole from you years ago, or they were down on their luck and they did something that caused you to lose something, okay? Or if they stole from you on purpose, and you know that that's a point, there's a tendency to always label that person as the thief. Oh, there's my brother Johnny, the thief. There comes the thief. Look, there he is. There's the thief. And I've seen people do this so many different ways. If there's somebody in a marriage that has infidelity, and we're going to probably touch on that a little bit more in the days to come when we have something like that big that happens. We will label them by things like, oh, there's the cheater, there's the person that's strayed, that's the unfaithful, that's who that is. And what we do is we create a label for them in our minds that every time we see them, we associate it with that label. We don't even know their name. We don't even want to use their name. Their name's irrelevant because all we're thinking about is their offense. Now, is what they did true or not? Yeah, it's probably true. It's probably true that they did the thing that you're upset with them about. If that's an offense, if that actually happened, if they hurt you in that way, it's true. But we have to stop looking at them as their sin, and we have to start looking at them as a creature, a creation of God. Whether they're a child of God or not is debatable. We don't know if they're a Christian or not. That's irrelevant. What's relevant is that they are a person that is created in God's image. And therefore, we cannot call them or label them by their sin. We have to instead focus on what God has forgiven us of. That's number one. But then secondly, what we do is we pull it back and we also start to say, I'm not going to label them by any sin that they've been committed because that's not what God, that they have committed, because that's not what God does in my life. Look with me in Psalm 103, verse 10. It says that God does not deal with us according to our sins. Thank God for that. Nor repay us according to our iniquities. That God does not look at us and go, okay, here comes the lazy person. Here comes the liar. Here comes the adulterer. Here comes the addict. No, he says he doesn't deal with us according to that. How does he deal with us? He deals with us on the basis of the righteousness of Jesus Christ. If you're a Christian, when you approach God, you're approaching God from the standard of righteousness that Jesus gave us when he took our sin upon himself. Therefore, when God deals with us, he deals with us as a righteous one of his children. Now, with you don't have to enable that person to continue to sin and hurt you in your life. But what you can't do, if you want to forgive anyone, you can't keep labeling them by the same sin. You can't associate them with that iniquity. You have to start to break away the offense from the offender. Doesn't mean that you put yourself in the position on being hurt again. But what it means is that you're willing to look past it and go, okay, this person has a name. This person, by God's choosing, has been allowed to be on this planet. This is not just a person that has done this thing. This is a person who has committed this sin, but that's not all there is to them. Is this easy to understand? Sure. Is it easy to apply? Not at all. But if you want to learn how to forgive anyone, you have to learn how to stop labeling people by their sins. So, if you continue to change the way you think about people that have hurt you, you'll learn how to forgive anyone.